Welcome back. We're going to do one more drafting lesson. Want to draw this thing. I want to experiment with using a slightly different scale and also show you a different technique for drawing intervals. So I'm going to start by choosing my view. It's going to be something like this, looking down with this. This is my leading edge. This is my starting point. And I'm going to make starting point here. And I think for my scale for this drawing, I'm going to choose 2 centimeters to 1 inch, which is going to be slightly smaller than life size. And let me slide this over a little. So we're going to go, remember this is my view, so we're going to go up left, and up right a shorter amount, and straight up. And this amount, this distance here across the bottom is 5 inches, so I'm going to make it 10 centimeters. So this is going to be a small reduction in size. And while I'm measuring this off, I'm going to divide it up by inches. So that's going to be 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 8 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to do my back edge over here. And the height of this thing is 6 inches, right? So that's going to be 12 centimeters, again by 2s. So I'm going to do put the 12 here. I'm going to mark my 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Sorry, I cropped the top unit there. Let me zoom out a little so you can see that. So again, that was 0 through 12 like that. And going this way is 1 inch, so that's just going to be 2 centimeters. And having taken all my measurements along these 3 axes, this axis, and this axis, I should now be able to complete the drawing without using the ruler anymore. And here's how that's going to happen. I'm going to go up here. I need to go down and to the right 1 unit. Where's a unit, though? Well, I marked my unit down here. So that's where it is. So that's that corner. And then I'm going to go down a unit here. Where's the unit? I can tell by looking along this axis. Like that. And I go to the next unit here. Like that. And I go to the next unit here. Whoops, it's up here. Like that. next unit here is like that. Notice I'm putting my pencil on my point, sliding the triangle up flush with the pencil, and then I'm able to make my line. And again, graphite is cheap, so I'm making all my lines a little longer than I think they need to be. And notice also that I end up with this extra high step on the end because indeed it's 6 tall and only 5 wide, so the last step is a double wide. So I can clean this up a little now. And all I need to do now is show the width. So what I'm going to do is, I know from every corner I'm going to be going upright. I don't know how far yet, but it's going to be 2 centimeters. But as I said, I'm going to try not to measure anymore, so just making all these longer than 2 centimeters. And then to finish the drawing, as I said, no more rulers should be needed. I'm going to go straight up from this point, up left from this point. And you see what we're doing, we're just zigzagging back and forth with no measuring at all. And this is going to be a real test of my accuracy, because if I'm using my tools correctly, the final step, which is about 12 measurements away from the first one, should also be very close to 2 centimeters wide. We're just going to check that. It would be possible to do a drawing like this by just measuring up 2, then measuring over 1, measuring up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. The problem is, if you made the slightest error on each one of these little stairs, there's a chance that your errors would compound. And that means that by the time you got to the top, you wouldn't be exactly where you need to be here. You wouldn't be at 6 units up. You might be at 5 3/4 or 6 1/4. By dividing this line up in the beginning, you avoid that possibility. And as I said, I'm just going to, before I sign off, just measure that top step. And you can see that it is very close to 2 centimeters still, right? Maybe 1.9. And down here, 2. So along all these steps, I lost about 1/10 of a centimeter, which isn't too bad. That's it for now. Thanks a lot.